Billows and soft extensions, the cream lapping through there between solid gray mass and float down to sea, and above that gray, more light, and off to the left, white light, then ruffles, and above, more and more gray. In another direction, blue with acrobatic twists, spreadings. Is that the aether high above that the Greeks thought divine? At this time of day, the day has experienced enough and gone through transformations, travels even. A glow from the sky embraces the neighborhood, and as it goes from neighborhood to neighborhood, takes in the whole city in its look, and that glow is comforting. One realizes it is raining lightly, and the rain too takes part in the glow that several angled clouds have hooked into lower down. There are so many things to see in the sky. There is the distant, silent, plain, almost invisible. There are the twin white moths that come circling one another. There are the buzzing propeller planes, with their reminders of gas and death. Mainly, there is the infinite blue, streaked with white cloud material. Our senses tell us it is infinite, and the feeling it gives us is of a moment that does not end, and that connects to centuries before and possibly centuries ahead. Today the clouds kept threatening to intervene. They did intervene, in fact, but no rain ever fell from them. In the morning, the sky was a sharp brightness, which affected the classic energy weariness known as the beach. Later, the sky accepted that today would be a mixed pattern, and it relaxed the tension between rain and sun. Both tendencies were allowed to coexist. The clouds flattened into languid strips, while a healthy swath of clear light once again dominated the central stage. I noticed the sky's personality even at night, its great blankets of different grays, a seeming presence that dominates the lack of light. In the morning, haze gives a comfortable feeling to the sky. It evens out texture, making the mountains that sit on top of the sea itself, and the few hovering clouds all feel made of one substance. The clouds in the morning are like hats. They hover just on top of the mountains. Nowhere else in the sky are they visible. The sky's color is an open light blue. Yesterday, in the evening, the blue was like a memory of blues from childhood blankets or teacups, from someone else's childhood. On our afternoon walk on a long, hard beach, about 2.5 kilometers each way, we saw the typical sharply rising mountains, surrounded by sky, clouds, and the flat plain of the sea stretching out toward mountainous islands and beyond. On the way back, an elaborate display of clouds was suddenly visible above the facing mountain. Against all we've been taught, it did appear to be a large figure with arms outstretched, as though welcoming us to its bosom. It looked like a mother, like my mother, but when I looked more closely, of course it did not. I thought of the figure in the sky as welcoming us to death. That is, that death need not be so cold. It is cold, literally, and it is the end, but we could learn to welcome it, as it seemed here to be welcoming us. Today, we went to a beach named Fortaleza to take the boys swimming. It was crowded, and there was that ancient sense that people come to the ocean in the summer for everything and nothing, for relaxation, for food, for exercise, for diversion, for sex, for comfort, to pass the time before dying. The swimming and everything was a little too crowded. But looking up, we could see a sky that was like an epic. It would need an epic poem to recount every incident, the scale from minute to sweeping, the diversity of textures. It was a canvas on which was written the whole of human life, from the beginning to the end, even though the end has not yet come. A mottled field seemed to cover the entire sky, and over that, or in addition, there were long striated stretches that seemed to serve as natural demarcations, as rivers or cliffs in the sky. Then there were spirited puffs that seemed to stand up from the mountains, sharply, as if an emphasis of some rising natural force. Far above, one perceived an entire other layer of life, immobile in comparison with the rapidly moving present down below. All this played out like a movie, a detailed backdrop to the daily routines enacted on the beach, a changing commentary, easily read, if only one stopped long enough to look up, instead of habitually looking to the earth. In the afternoon, I saw a cut of light against the turgid darkness of preparatory banks. It was the sun of the ocean, which seems to play every afternoon, no matter how cloudy the day. It breaks the sky somewhat, breaks it, causing it to open, and let in a reminder that tomorrow starts all over again, the color gradations of the successive islands receding into the distance. Today is much hazier, a uniform quality to the sky, occasionally broken by tumults of sun. A threatening gathering is taking place in afternoon, prepared to coexist with the mountains that run down to the sea, sail, and motorboats, the endless curling waves, and even the tiny people sprinkled at beach's edge. As we woke this morning, we thought, isn't it great how every day begins brand new and fresh, with absolutely no baggage in terms of light and weather?